Alrighty, what's up, everybody? Peter Joseph here for another video right here on the official Peter fucking Joseph YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe right now to this very channel and my other channels, which are down there. You know where they are, in the description box below. So show them your love and support. And don't forget to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're real, if you're not, you seriously need some fucking help. Don't forget to share the video all over the internet, but most importantly, tap and slap that fucking bell. I mean, really, like, paintbrush it, slap it around. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn video, and if you do, well, fuck you, man! That's it. You missed it, and you're shit out of luck. And you know what that means. And that's it. You missed it, and I can't help you with that. But like, share, subscribe, you can leave a comment if you wish on any of my videos, on any of my channels. From the past to now, if you want. And don't forget to follow me on social media if you dare, if you're real. Like I said, good. If you're not, go fuck yourself, get a life, and jump on a hole. Or just jump on a hole. And don't come out. And hit the bell, and that's all you gotta do. And if this is your very first time watching me, and you like what you see, great. You want more? Hit that bell for more, and subscribe to my channels. And as I always say, for going on 15 years, my friends, if you're new here and you like it, and you're a new sub, whether it be fake or new, or actual real person, well, this is your first time here, then welcome to the party, pal! We hope you enjoy the ride, and if not, don't let the door hit your ugly, disgusting ass on the way out. Just get out of here, go fuck yourselves, and enjoy the block. And that's pretty much it. You don't like it? Too bad. You gotta get blocked. So go cry me a river, and go fuck yourselves. I have no time for that shit anymore. I don't. I got better things to worry about than a bunch of immature wannabe men on this website, because they're not. They're not men, they're boys that think they can run shit, and they can't. But when they're in the slammer, then, then they're like, oh, I'm sorry. Too late. But it is what it is. That's how YouTube is. It's run by assholes! I mean, just look at my Killer Demons channel. I put up two quotes from Spaceballs. I feel bad for Neil, the CEO of YouTube. Because he's surrounded by assholes that don't know how to run the company. I mean, they don't do anything. They don't enforce the law. The laws of YouTube, the community guidelines, they don't enforce that shit. Sometimes they do, sometimes they really don't. And then the inmates in the asylum keep running amok. And the same people that run Google. Everybody's making 6,000 fucking fake Gmail accounts just to get on YouTube. It shouldn't be like that. Have one email for one account. That's it. You get banned, you're out of here. Go somewhere else. Go to Twitch. Go to Dailymotion. Go to Odyssey. Go to Rumble, Tumblr, BitChute. I don't give a shit where you go. Just get out of here. Go do your own thing on another platform. Because some of you can't handle this fucking website. It is what it is. I don't care about YouTube. I just do this for fun. I could go to Twitch if I felt like it, but I don't want to right now. I just don't feel like going on another platform. I don't. I'm fine with where I am, even though YouTube is not a fun place right now. Not as it used to be back when I started, back in 2009. It was fun, and then These people just come out of the woodwork. It's been, been a madhouse for basically going on 13 years now. Give or take, 13 years. With people showing their wang and showing their dirty a-hole. I mean, harassing people and their friends and family that have nothing to do with people's beefs and everything. Just because they think they're better than you to trigger people, I think that's stupid. That's a bitch move. It's a bitch move. Can't handle things one-on-one, then you're a pussy. Pretty much. Pretty much, you're a coward, you're a pussy, because you can't do things one-on-one. And I'm not talking about on panels. I'm not talking about in real life. I'm talking about behind the scenes. Not video after video after video after video. Talk about the same goddamn person. You have a beef with the guy? That's on you. You don't have to watch the guy, but you will because you have a super obsession over them. It is what it is. I care less about most of the people on this website, except for a certain few that's in my circle. That's it. That's all I watch. It's just people that are in my circle. And here and there, a few, select few, not a lot. Not a lot. I watch them just because I feel like watching them. It's not a crime. I mean, I know these idiots watch me because they got nothing else better to do and they're boring as fuck lives. Do I watch them? No. Like I said, I care less. I care less for their videos and their bullshit. I don't care. But it is pretty much what it is. I'm just doing my own thing. I mean, that's what I'm going to be doing for the foreseeable future. You don't like it? Tough. And that's pretty much it. I'm not going to go any more about that crap anymore. Because it's not healthy for me to talk about it anymore. And not healthy for me, pretty much in general. Not healthy for me to talk about it or even think about it. So I'm not going to talk about it anymore. They want to do their childish garbage, then whatever happens to them, they deserve. I've done it before in the past. I've done some really bad, fucked up shit, but I atoned for it, and I manned up for it, and I moved on. But some of these people that do this shit, they can't man up and, act like grown men. And take accountability for things. I have. But they can't move on. They keep going and going. I fall in the same boat. Yeah, I've apologized a million times about things, and I just go back to the same pattern. It is what it is. It's hard. It's just hard to move on, because when you try to move on, you still get dragged back in somehow. And other people that have nothing to do with it get dragged in your bullshit. And then relationships end, friendships end. And you really technically have no control over it. But, like I said, it's very hard to ignore this crap. It's very hard. That's what she said. But, we don't know who she is, but she said it. But we move on with that. But I have no time for any more of this bull crap anymore. I just ignore it pretty much now. I've been pretty much ignoring it for a while. I don't need to deal with it. I mean, it's almost the end of the year. I'm getting ready for Christmas and other things, and getting ready for the new year, and starting the new year on a getting through this year on a high note, and starting 2024 on a good note, and continuing to focus on good things and not about boring as fuck people on a boring as fuck website. And I don't care about what they do in their personal life or on YouTube or social media. I could care less. What these people do, I could care less. And they can care less what I do either, but, you know, it is what it is. But you're gonna watch me, you're gonna do your boring as fuck videos on me, and I don't really give two shits. But don't come crying to me when the stuff you're doing comes back to haunt you. And then you're in a really bad place. And you can't get out of it. That's it. It's not Pepsi, this is a mixed drink. But it is what it is. That's all I gotta say. Alright, let's move on from that bull funky. Let's get to some actual good stuff here. Because that's what I aim to do, is try to be as entertaining as I possibly can. And talk about things that I actually want to talk about, not about boring as fuck garbage that happens on this website. And talk about boring as fuck people that I really care less for, because I'll probably never see them ever. But, you know, it's just, I just don't feel like talking about it anymore. I've said what I said for pretty much going on 12, 13 years now. Same bullshit that I'm not going to talk about anymore. The same BS that these stupid idiots can't get past. They bring up people's past, and they just can't get over it. The past is the past. Move on. We're about to hit 2024. Why are we talking about things from 12, 13, 14, 15 years ago? Why? So older people have to know about my past? They don't give two shits about my past. Nobody would care about what I did 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Nobody gives a shit. All they're worried about is their channels and their lives. They don't care about what this person does on YouTube. Do I care about what anybody else does on YouTube? Not really, no. Do I care about what the people in my circle do? Not too much. Not too much. I mean, they're doing some good things. I'll praise them for it. I was like, oh, good job. Good job. Keep it up. That's it. I'll just, I hate to use the Roman term, but acknowledge them, for their good deeds and what they do. That's it. And then, if I do something good, or I have an achievement that I did, everybody loves that. I'm hoping, 2024, starts off pretty good. Because this year has pretty much not been the greatest year for me, personally, on and off YouTube. Same thing for my family and who, but hasn't been a great year, but we keep going. We move on. We don't let it get to us in anything. So we move on, and then we start we start off January 1st, we start off with a clean slate. Then we'll worry about what's going to happen in 2024 and beyond. We're not going to worry about it right now. We got a lot of plans, what we want to do in 2024. Some of them don't even come to fruition anyway. That's why I don't do resolutions anymore. Because none of them come true anyway. Why have New Year's resolutions when you break them like probably the first day or two? What's the point? But it is what it is. Alright, enough about that talk. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, on this getting close to late, Thursday night, November the 30th, 2023, or if you're watching this from somewhere else, or you're going to watch this later on tomorrow, it is now the 1st of December, the greatest month in the world has started. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a countdown to the end of 2023. As of this video, we are exactly 1 month away. We're 30 days away from the end of the year. And now, like I said, we start the countdown to the greatest day in the world. Greatest days in the world, I should say. With a lot of great people have birthdays this month. That's why we call it the greatest month in the world. Because great people are born during this month. And a certain metal god, besides myself, two metal gods, I should say, have birthdays coming up pretty soon. Along with great people that I know. And I already mentioned them. Ozzy, Maria Brink and Chris Howarth of In This Moment. And, Jesus Christ the Lord! And, probably the greatest man that smacks his own bass guitar, and that's, let me cue my super motorhead, we play rock and roll, rock out with your cock out, alright, jailbreak, okay, no. So we got all that coming your way in the next 3 to 4 weeks, my friends, so get ready, it's going to be an exciting time, and make December great. We're going to count down the days to the end of the year. We're going to party. We're going to have fun with wrestling talk, sports talk, whatever I feel like talking about for pretty much the next 30 days, basically. For this whole month of December, wrestling galore, few things here and there, maybe a vlog or two, my Christmas vlog, my New Year's Eve vlog. I'm not gonna do a vlog on New Year's Eve per se. I'll do my hopefully get to my year in review for wrestling. Not so much sport, maybe a little bit of sports here and there, but pretty much New Year's Eve. Hopefully, I don't know when I'm gonna get it done because I'm pretty busy around. By the end of the year, I'm gonna be busy. So I just want to get that out of the way. And year in review for wrestling as we turn the calendar year over to 2024. And then as soon as the ball drops, I will do my very first video like I did this past year, January, right here on the Peter Joseph channel. The first video for 2024. And then we'll talk about wrestling. Excuse me. We'll still talk about wrestling January the 2nd with your NXT review. And probably after that we'll do New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 18 predictions and a review coming later in the week. That week, probably January the 5th, probably. But that whole week's going to be a little bit busy. I'll try to get everything I can with the AEW stuff. SmackDown, Rampage, first collision of the year. That might come on January the 7th. So a lot of stuff coming away. The beginning of 2024 gonna be very exciting. New Japan predictions and review for Wrestle Kingdom 18. SmackDown, Rampage, Collision reviews. NXT as well. And then we'll see what happens with that. But we'll talk about that when we get there. And like I said, hit that bell so you get everything coming your way the rest of December. And that's it. So the countdown is now in effect. So we are pretty much on the clock, if you know what I mean, football terms. But we are on the clock. We are pretty much 30 days away and counting. 30 days and somewhat many hours away from the end of the year. It's going to be exciting, and I hope you all have a great, safe December, a happy and safe Hanukkah for all my Jewish fans out there. Happy Hanukkah, coming up pretty soon, actually. And for everybody else, I hope you have a safe and Merry Christmas, and a safe and happy New Year, if I don't see some of you guys before then. But just want to get that out of the way now, because some of you I might not see by the end of the year. Who knows? They might be going away. I don't know. But we'll see what happens with all that. Alright, enough about that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is time on this late Thursday night November the 30th, 2023, if you're watching tomorrow, December the 1st, 2023, it is time for your late and so motherfucking far out of date AEW Dynamite! Oh, I just blew out your speakers. Good. And your eardrums. Good. But it's time for your Dynamite review for November the 29th, 2023. We are emanating from the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota, home of the Timberwolves, my friends. And I think the Minnesota Wild play there, too. I don't even know. So how much I don't really watch that much hockey. It's not the Rangers. I'm sorry, the Rangers! Great win last night. Big fucking win against the Detroit Red Wings. They are playing some good fucking hockey right now. But I'm a little bit nervous about the Rangers' hot start, because you know how it is when teams get off to a hot start. Then they start fizzling a little bit. They take the foot off the gas and start sucking ass for a while, and then, you know, they have to rush. Oh, we gotta get to the playoffs. So we'll see what happens with that, but the Rangers are doing some fucking great shit right now. I believe they're still number one in the league in the Eastern Conference. I don't think they're number one in the league and number one in your scorecard, but pretty damn good. They're doing some good shit right now, man. Good shit. Can't wait. And I think they're playing tomorrow or either tomorrow or Saturday. I think they're playing Buffalo, I think. But it is what it is. I don't know when the next home game is. I gotta look that up. But I will be going to the Garden for maybe a game or two before Christmas. And we'll see what happens with that, because, you know, money is... a lot of money going to those Ranger games, you know what I mean? Depending where you sit, of course, but, you know. Food is, like, astronomically a lot of money. Even to get a fucking beer, not that I drink beer, but, you know. Just to get a freaking hot dog or some chicken tenders and a soda and maybe some fries, like $30, like $20, $30. I'm like, what? When I could just get that at a cheap restaurant for like $10. Or I could just call my legit cousin, Tony D'Angelo, and I could get chicken tenders and fries and a soda. You know how much? $2! $2! Because he's my legit cousin. He can do that for me. Damn, I want some pasta now. God damn it. No, that's later this weekend. I'm gonna have some good Italian good shit. That's what I'm gonna say about that. And you know, on Christmas, I'm gonna have some good Italian food. It's gonna make me happy. Nice, gonna have some seafood, you know, calamari, some bacon wrapped scallops, you know, scallops wrapped in bacon, which is like my favorite every fucking Christmas. Whether it be my dad or one of my uncles makes it for me. I eat that whole, not all of it, you know, if I eat all of it, you know. But every Christmas, my dad or my uncle make some great freaking bacon wrapped scallops that are so fucking good. And you can get it yourself. You don't even have to make it if you don't want to, but you can get it at your local store. Probably won't be as great, you know, as you know, how my family makes it, but still. Good shit, man. It is good. So, you have that, you have some turkey, you have some ham, you know, some bread, whatever you guys eat, and, you have a ball. And then you got the leftovers, you know, going into New Year's, and then when you get to New Year's, you have a big fucking party with whatever you're gonna eat. And then, you know, people come over for a party, get drunk, or you go to the bar, get drunk, and then we all know what happens after that. You know what I mean? Because there's certain days in the year that is typical, you know, typically people, you know, get drunk, they have the good old-fashioned drunk sex, which, as we all know, drunk sex is the best sex. Absolutely. Absolutely, but just remember, guys wrap up the burrito. But you don't want to, have problems 9 months later. Because you met some chick at the bar or at a party, and you don't even, you meet her, you're both drunk, and then next thing you know, you're in each other's bedroom, and things happen, and you forget to wrap up that burrito, and then you're pretty much fucked the next couple of days, because, God forbid that woman don't have her period. You're fucked! I'm pregnant. What? Why was this happen? Well, we met on New Year's Eve. I'm like, we did? I don't remember that. Yeah, but now I got a thing inside me. And it wasn't besides your dick, I got a baby inside of me, now it's yours. Fuck. You forgot to pull on a 2. That's what happens. Some people have really bad pull-out game. And if you're not even that drunk, the girl gets drunk, you want to, she wants to bang you, I'm like, what are you going to do? You're going to give up on free pussy? I'm like, come on! Depending on who it is, by the way, but, if it's your significant other, you better not. Unless you're really fucked up. Then maybe, you might have a reason. But yeah, New Year's Eve, Valentine's Day, which we all know is National Condom Day. For some of you, they actually use it. Some of you don't, and, some of you don't have good pull-out game. Just saying. I'm not putting my name in the hat, but, I mean, I do, but, I like to be protected, but it is what it is. Then Cinco de Mayo, July 4th weekend, people getting drunk on that weekend. And then Labor Day, and then, not Thanksgiving per se, but then, and then the cycle continues. But just be careful when you go out during the holiday season. Especially on Christmas and on New Year's Eve. And then when you get to Valentine's Day, you don't have to, be safe too, but, whatever you want to do, just be safe. That's all I gotta say about that. Alright, enough about that mushy crap. Let's get into Dynamite. Alright, so Dynamite, like I said, emanated from the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And our commentary team this week on Dynamite was pretty much almost the same. We had the man behind the mask, Excalibur, probably one of the biggest Met fans I know, and that's the man from Red Hook Brother, Taz! I think we did have Tony Baloney Schiavone, my good friend Tony Baloney Schiavone, the legend that he is. He was there. Speaking of Tony Baloney, he did an interview, and somebody was asking him how much more you got left in you. And really, Tony Baloney said, he might have one more contract in him, but he's 65 years old, I think? 65, 66 years old. The guy's a legend, like JR. Like, JR is starting to, I think he knows that his time is pretty much going to be up pretty soon. It's sad, for probably one of the greatest play-by-play commentators of all time in wrestling. One of, I didn't say the one, but basically, most of us grew up on JR and Jerry the King Lawler. But some of us, like, me, back in my day, I'm old school, and as we all know, old school is cool. I grew up with guys like Gordon Soley. I grew up with Bobby the Brain Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon. That was my childhood, man. Rowdy Piper sometimes on commentary. Even the Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah, commentary. Ooh, yeah, get it. Ain't that right, Miss Elizabeth? That's right, Randy. Yeah, even Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, great man that he is too. God bless his soul. I grew up on that. grew up on Gordon Soley, and people in the even the early people in the days, like the AWA people, World Class Championship Wrestling, Tony Schiavone. When I first learned about, started watching the early versions of the NWA, Jim Ross, and then Jim Barnett, Jim Barnett, and the Wise Man, Paul Heyman. And then most of you who are little young whippersnappers and douchebags, some of you, grew up during the Attitude Era, and maybe after the Attitude Era, during the Ruthless Aggression Era. All you know is Jerry Lawler, Michael Cole, Taz, JR, Tony Schiavone, Eric Bischoff, Bobby the Brain Heenan, even Dusty Rhodes, Mega Dream Baby, all those guys. And up to now, Michael Cole, Corey Graves, Byron Thuxton, Bad News, Wade Barrett, Vic Joseph, guys like that. But I grew up on old school freaking color commentaries. And probably the greatest team of all time, Bobby the Brain Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Gordon Soley. I love the guy to death. But I grew up on besides Gordon Soley, I grew up on Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan. I mean, their commentary is fucking legendary. Same thing with Vincent Kennedy McMahon and Jesse the Body Ventura. What I tell you, man, McMannequin. I grew up on that shit. It's great. Great. But some of the color commentary, play-by-play and color commentary you hear now, not that great. I mean, Michael Cole's a legend. I'm not going to take anything away from Mitchell Cole. Even JR, but, some of the play-by-play and color commentary I hear now is boring. Boring as fuck. I can't stand Kevin Patrick. Cannot stand him. Like, he's worse than Byron Saxton. I mean, I like Stu Bennett, Bad News Wade Barrett on commentary. He's very good. Vic Joseph's good. Even Booker T, sucker. He's good at times, but he's off the wall sometimes. Oh yeah, Black Snow. What are you talking about? Smoke some old ganja, right? Yeah, shut up. Then we have to hear Corey Graves, or people kind of think he's like the young version of Bobby the Brain Heenan. He does have some, Brain Heenan, we call him, I don't know what they call it, brain-isms, from Bobby the Brain Heenan. Kind of reminds me of like a mix of Bobby the Brain Heenan and, Jerry Lawler. In a way. Vic Joseph's pretty good. I miss Tom Phillips. He was great. Mauro Ranallo, a legend. Joey Styles, Joey Styles was basically like my introduction to hardcore. Pretty much. Oh my god! And then, as we got later into hardcore, CCW with Chris Kloss. And, the guys from CCW, someone call 911! Call it! And then, Chris goes like, ah! That's good shit. But it is what it is. And even when you get to Lucha Underground, Mike Stryker was a fucking great guy on commentary. Him and, Vampiro. They were good commentators. They were good. I was shocked Matt Stryker was, so good on commentary. At least it was better than a guy named Mike Adamlight. Mike Adamlight. Adamlight. Original. Jeff Harvey. What? And then you got these guys that shouldn't even been there in commentary, like Adnan Virk, a baseball guy during wrestling. Great. Who thought of that, Vince? And then you got Jimmy Smith, the UFC guy. But I actually liked him. Wasn't great, but I actually can put up with his garbage. Mitchell Cole doesn't have much long to go. He's going to be retiring soon. They're going to need some new blood. You know, who are they gonna get? They're gonna bring up Vic Joseph to do Monday Night Raw and SmackDown? Gonna need some guys. Hunter? Tony? I'm sorry, I had a cold. But I'm just saying, guys like me, guys like Joe Cronin, even like Schmuck JD, we're waiting in the wings, dude. We're just waiting for the call. I mean, a real call, not some douchebag call like, oh, this is Tony Khan. No, prove it, you're Tony Khan. Prove you're actually Tony Khan, and not like an AI version of Tony Khan. Or Hunter or Stephanie. Hi, Steph. You know, but me and Joe have been waiting for a long time. My commentary's still a little bit, still needs a little bit of work, but, I mean, if you've seen some of my commentary on this very channel, not bad. Joe is great. Joe's play-by-play commentary is great. JD bores the fuck out of me. I'm sorry to say. He thinks he's great. He's not. His commentary is boring on House of Boring. I mean, Glory. Who wants to listen to that? It's boring. I'd rather listen. If I had to listen to somebody, it had to be Joe. It would have to be Joe. Joe Cronin, that is. I would listen to Joe Cronin every week on SmackDown and Raw. And I'd be next to him. I'm like, oh, Joe, what's going on, man? Let's get through 3 hours of boring wrestling. No. Let's do it, man. Not like that, but you know what I mean. Me and Joe Cronin could put on a fucking show. If given the chance, but... We're just waiting in the wings. I kind of bring it up once in a while to Tony Khan, and I even brought it up to Kerry Silkin from Ring of Honor. I'm like, I'll take... I kind of joke with Bobby Cruz, about taking his job. He's like, I'm like, do you want me to do it? I'll do it. Give me the money. I'll do it. Do it way better than you, Bobby Cruz. The Skeleton! They're going to be needing some, wrestling in the next 15, 20 years. They're going to be needing new people. Do you think they're going to get some schmuck, some 20-year-old schmuck off the street? No, you got to have a fucking degree, dude. You don't have any, sports-related degrees or anything. You're going to school. You're like, what do you want to be? I'm a doctor. And I just decided to put my name, put in an application to become a play-by-play commentator for WWE, and I don't know one thing about WWE. And then he's like, oh, we'll put you on. And then you're like, what? You fuck up the first day. They kick you out. They would kick you out. So this is not going to work. That's why you practice. That's why you go to high school, you go to college, and get a degree in broadcast communications or whatever. That's why I got 2 of them. But I work in music, so in a way, I've done college radio for God knows how long. I could have been the next Howard Stern. People think they're the king of all media, but they might have the voice. They might have it. I'm not going to diss anybody, but, you have the voice, go for it. But I'll tell you right now, communications is a very hard field to get into. Especially in music, too. If you don't know if you really don't know anybody, or if you get extremely lucky, then you made it. But, like I said, if you want to be the next Howard Stern, put in a freaking audition tape. Maybe a Sirius XM radio or pretty much online radio, or do your own podcast, like on a streaming website. Maybe you'll get noticed. Maybe, but I mean, if you want to hit the big time like Sirius XM radio, you have to be very lucky. I mean, I put in application after application for Sirius XM radio, and it didn't work. I mean, some of it didn't work out. So I'm like, am I going to get mad about it? No, I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying. You know, one day maybe you will hear me on Sirius XM Octane with, Jose Mangan or Shannon Gunn. You know, playing some great Isley Brothers tunes. No, I'm kidding. Playing like In This Moment or, whatever, It's hard to get in the music business. It's hard to get into, the communication, the radio field, or anything related in communications. It's very hard. You could have like 2 degrees, 3 degrees, 4 degrees. Some of it, it might not work out, but at least, you get the experience in college. Maybe, just maybe, like I said, if you meet the right people, you network. You never know. You never know. And I'm fortunate that I interned at Roadrunner back in the day, and then, a few years later, I got the job. I was doing that for a long time. Now I'm doing basically my own thing. I work for a company, but I'm doing my own thing. Editing and playing the electric twanger and editing videos, taking pictures. I'm doing my own thing, so. And I make good money, so. Even if I work from home, it doesn't matter. It don't matter. Most of the time, I'm not at home. I'm out in the field, man. I mean, if you don't believe me, go to my Metal God channel. I'm just saying. You don't believe me, I prove you wrong all the time. I prove you wrong all the time. That, Peter, don't have a life, you don't have a job. Can't prove it. You can't prove I don't have a job. I do. I prove you wrong all the time. And you're just jealous. You're just jealous. I mean, I'm blessed to be in the music business and have met some great fucking bands and great people, and I've helped some great people. Some of them I went to school with. Get record deals, record deals, or getting close to it. And it's good. I mean, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. But I don't want to dwell on my past and my here and now. But I'm blessed to work in music. That's what it is. And music has pretty much saved my life. If it wasn't for In This Moment, I'd be dead right now. I wouldn't be even talking to you. Talking to you great people for 43 goddamn minutes right now. I would probably be dead. Or maybe in an institution. Because I was ready to kill myself way, way, way back when. When I was like around 17... Not even... Well, around 17, 18... That's when I started with the whole anxiety, depression thing, but really, the whole, wanted to kill myself before, and then I stopped for a little bit, started getting better, but In This Moment, really, like in 2005, 2006, when I first met them, doing the MySpace era, If I didn't meet In This Moment, they didn't send me a freaking friend request, I wouldn't have known who the fuck they were. I would have, like I said, I probably would have been dead. But their music saved me. I mean, music does save people. I mean, you always hear these stories on YouTube or in social media about, like these people want to die, and then right before they were actually going to do it, they found Disturbed, or they found In This Moment, New Year's Day, Motionless in White, bands like that. And they're like, oh, if it wasn't for them, I would be dead. They, their music has really, really impacted my life. And I love seeing that stuff. Even when I watch, some videos on YouTube with In This Moment, and I watched one today from Disturbed, It's like, you helped me get sober for 5 years. And Davy Jones like, I like to hear that. And I was like, oh, metal's the satanic. This and that. And then Davy Jones was like, that's bullshit. I said, metal doesn't have to be all about Satan Almighty, Satan Almighty, cookie crunch stuff. Even back in the 80s, like, oh, it's all about sex, drugs, rock and roll. But now, the stuff that you hear now, and back then, I mean, people hearing Judas Priest for the first time, like, this is great. I love this band, they have saved my life. Talk about Rob Halford, the metal god himself. Ozzy, the people are like, oh, I love Ozzy! Banging their heads. I'm watching all these reaction videos to videos. I'm like, this is, it's funny. Some of them are funny. I mean, people for the first time watching In This Moment, the Purge video, probably one of the greatest In This Moment videos of all time, they're like, what is this? I like it. Like, oh my god. Especially Maria's 30-second scream of doom. All these new people, like, their mouths are like falling to the floor. By the way, pick up God Mode right now at your local store or download it on Spotify and Apple Music. Just want to put that up. But yeah, music has really saved me from basically almost killing myself many times. Many times. And if it wasn't for In This Moment, like I said, I would be dead. And I mentioned it to Maria, I mentioned it to Chris and everybody in the band, former members, new members now. I said, without you guys, I'd be dead. And what does Maria do? The best thing she does. Gives me a hug and a smoochie. I told the same story to Ash Costello a couple times, the first couple times I met her. I told her the In This Moment story, and I told her, like, your music really brings me through the hard times and everything. And Ash Costello, the great sweetheart that she is, basically is my sweetheart, she gives me a hug and a smoochie. Not because I'm, because of that, because I'm asking for pity. No. I don't ask for pity. From anybody. That includes people here on YouTube. I don't ask for pity, I don't seek attention, because I don't need it. You want to watch my videos? Great. But if you're going to act like an asshole, get off my channel. Go fuck yourself. But I told Maria, I told Lizzie Hale, I told many bands that I love and I've been pretty much supporting for God knows how long, that, I'm having a bad day, I've thought of suicide many times, but I threw on In This Moment, I threw on New Year's Day or Disturbed or whoever, and I feel better. And I was like, thank you! They give me hugs and stuff. If they're like Disturbed, like David Draymond would just shake my hand. Not that there's anything wrong with getting a hug from a guy, but, especially like a guy like Ozzy or David Draymond, or even Chris Motionless from Motionless in White. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, good job, man! My dog! But without music, I would not be talking to you right now. And I think I did a video about that already. If I haven't, I will do it again. I will do it again! And tell you all you great people, even you new blood out there, how music saved my life. And that's it. I even told Victoria, Tara from TNA, WWE, I told her the same story. And she said, you're not alone. She gave me a big hug. Probably one of the greatest freaking hugs I ever had. But yeah. I almost started crying right in front of Victoria. After, I told the story and then she gave me the hug. I almost cried like a little bitch in front of her. Like, you don't want to do that because you feel like, he's crying, like, you're crying. Why are you crying? It's not crying, wrestling! Actually, there is. There is. But, yeah. Big ups to Victoria, by the way. Lisa Marie Vallon. By the way, go watch her YouTube channel, Grown Ass Women, with her, SoCal Val, and the beautiful Mickey James. Every Wednesday at 5 p.m. on the GAW channel. Tell him Peter Gilmore sent you. Well, Peter Joseph sent you. We're just telling Peter Joseph sent you. Alright, we got that. Alright, let's move on. Alright, not about stories and stuff. I told way more stories I even got into the review, but if I don't give a fuck how long I go talking and going off tangents and not getting to the review. You don't have to watch me for 50 minutes talking about random shit. But you'll still watch it anyway. Trust me, you will. You'll watch the whole 2 hours. If I go 2, 3, 4 hours, you'll still watch every fucking second of it. Prove me wrong, you don't. If you don't watch the entire video, I know some of you watch my entire videos, but some of you don't. But you still will watch it anyway. Hey, Peter's giving me a headache. Good. Good, I hope you... Well, I'm not going to say what I'm going to say, but... Good, if I gave you a headache, good. Then don't watch my videos anymore. If it gives you a headache, don't watch my videos anymore. Block me. Simple as that. But some of you can't comprehend that shit. Can't do one simple fucking thing. And that is, if you don't like me, don't watch me, block me, move the fuck on. Go live your boring as fuck life and don't have to worry about me. But can't do that because you've been riding my dick for 15 years. Some of you need to hop off. It is what it is. This not so old man, you know, doesn't need all you old timers on, you know, the mighty, you know, down there, you know. Time to hop off. Go find some other schmuck to hop on, all right? I'm doing my own thing. If you can't handle that, that's too bad. Go fuck yourselves. And, oh yeah, fuck you, man. That's it. Alright, not about that boo funky. Alright, so, we have Tony Baloney, Excalibur, and Taz on commentary. And then we start off with the opening sequence. We are live from the Target Center for another edition of Dynamite. And it's week 2 of the Continental Classic. And we got a lot of great matches coming your way. So let's get to them. Alright, so before we get to that, we have a great man in the Blue League, which is on Collision. Hasn't had a match yet, and that man is the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. Or as I call him, One-Eyed Willie. Yes! So, he comes out, sits next to Taz and Excalibur for our very first match of the evening. Second round match, well, we're pretty much second match in the Gold League. And we start off with the man who was leading, well, temporarily leading the standings, besides Swerve and Jay White. That man is the righty. They want the righty, the vile thing, Jon Moxley. They want the righty. They want the righty. Jimmy Vaughn? What? Rick Vaughn? You mean Rick Vaughn? Yeah, I just do. I understand. Jimmy Vaughn? I got one thing to say to you, Vaughn. Strike this motherfucker out! Here it is. Here comes the old number 1, the Terminator. You get a piece of it, you can rename it. Let me move on. Alright, so we have Jon Moxley taking on Black Machismo. Ooh, yeah! Get Jay Lethal. And just remember, 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, 0 points for a loss. And if you get 3 losses, you are out of the tournament. So, basically, once again, if you don't know what the Continental Classic is, it's basically the American version of the G1. But a little bit shorter. Not a month and a half like the G1 is in a certain place called Japan. And plus, you get matches pretty much every fucking day in that tournament. Oh, it's crazy. In different blocks, too, now. Crazy how the G1 is now. So, this is a mini version of the G1. But it's great. So far, it's been great. Great matches. Great people in the tournament. You don't see any jobbers in this tournament. But we move on. Alright, so we start off with Moxley and Lethal. Great match to start the second round. I would say second week of the tournament. So, and no outside interference. And a 20-minute time limit. So, a little bit different rules, but still the G1. Move on. Alright, so it's also with Lethal taking down Moxley pretty fast to start. Goes to the figure 4, which didn't really last that long. But instead, Lethal knocks Moxley outside for a suicide plancha. Only to have Moxley come right back with a suicide dive of his own. And then Moxley comes up favoring his knee. Uh-oh. That's not good. So Lethal goes right to the knee because he's smart. Former three-time Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. The first Grand Slam champion in Ring of Honor history. Joe just did it a little while ago. A couple weeks ago. When he temporarily became the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champion. Temporarily, but he's still now a Grand Slam champ. Roddy hasn't done it yet. Adam Cole hasn't done it yet. The only other people that have done it is, well, besides Lethal and Joe, I think. I think there's another guy, but I forget who it is. I was thinking Nigel, but Nigel never won the TV title. And Danielson never won the TV title. I don't think it was even there until I think 2009, I think. I forget. But anyway, we move on. Alright, so Lethal goes after the knee, knocks Moxley off the apron as we go to break. Come back. Moxley comes back with a Gilmore cutter. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, let me frame it up real nice for you, and bang! So Moxley hits the Gilmore cutter. Lethal pulls him off the top with a Super Dragon! Dragon Screw Leg Whip. Not very famous by Super Dragon, but Super Dragon Screw Leg Whip from the top. That's sick. Anyway, then he continues on the knee. Moxley comes back, sends Lethal into the corner. Then he locks it in goes for a rear naked choke, circa 1904. Gets broken up. Then Lethal locks in the figure 4 for a little bit, and Moxley is a little bit of trouble, but he finally grabs the ropes, comes right back, gets back up, hits the paradigm shift into a pulling pound driver. That's something you don't see every day. Then he locks in the bulldog choke, and Jay Lethal tapped out in under 11.5 minutes. So Moxley gets another 3 points. He now has 6 points in the Gold League standings, and he has 3 matches left because there's 5 matches total between each one. Is a round robin tournament, so everyone will face each other at least once. And that's pretty much. Whoops, I went ahead of myself. All right, so that's pretty much it, and that's it. So Moxley gets the win. He has 6 points with 3 matches remaining. Now we'll see what happens with that. And, well, Jay Lethal, if he doesn't get a win in his next match, he gone. He gone, because he can't win the tournament. He has to win out now. But we'll see what happens with that in his next match. Alright, so like I said, I give the match 3.25 out of 5 stars. And we're off and running on Dynamite. We got that. Alright, then we hear from we go to the back. We hear from Eddie Kingston in the Blue League. He got his first loss in the tournament, where he is defending the Ring of Honor World Title and the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship. And he talks about his loss to Brody King last Saturday on Collision. Pretty big, beefy men slapping meat match. Kind of shocking that Brody King beat Eddie. So Eddie says, I don't deserve to win. I don't even need to be in this tournament. And basically Bryan Danielson's first match will be against Eddie Kingston on Collision. That is going to be... Well, not actually... I don't think it's this... I don't remember, but Danielson will be facing Eddie Kingston for, I believe, the very first time. So... I think it is this Saturday night. So that's going to be a pretty damn good match. I would assume that Eddie's going to lose again, because Danielson's his first match, so he has to win, obviously. But Danielson's going to win the Blue League. He's going to face probably Swerve in the Continental Classic Finals at World's End, and that winner gets, well, 3 belts, I guess. I don't know how that works. I know they get the Continental Classic belt. I don't even know it's an actual belt, but I don't know if they get the Ring of Honor title or the New Japan Strong Openweight title. I don't know how that's supposed to work, but we'll see. So, alright, so Eddie's promo, I gave 3 out of 5 stars, and then we go to commentary. Bryan Danielson's all fired up. It's like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm going to show you passion. I'm going to show this and that. I'm going to win the tournament. I don't need the Ring of Honor title. Well, actually, you do. But, so we'll see what happens with that on Collision. Eddie Kingston and Bryan Danielson in a kind of like a Ring of Honor old school classic. And we got all that. That's that. Alright, we go to commercial. We come back with Tony Schiavone, my good friend. He's in the back. And he has a announcement. I think this was supposed to be Tony Khan's major announcement, because he supposedly had an announcement to make, but he never made it. He didn't show him on TV. I wonder why, Tony. Because every time you make a major announcement, you look like an ass. Right? The All-In 2024 announcement. Major announcement. Pfft. Just don't do any announcements. Just shut up, do it on Twitter. Okay? So every time you talk on television with a major announcement, you look like a jackass. Even tonight, you kind of look like a jackass. Blah, 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 talking about Final Battle. Coming up in basically 2 weeks from this video, 2 weeks from tonight, actually, later tonight, whatever you want to call it, from Garland, Texas, once again. So he's kind of hyping that up. I think tickets are on sale now for Final Battle. Probably like 2,000 people will go there. And then he made the announcement. I'll kind of spoil a little bit of Ring of Honor from tonight. Athena will defend her Ring of Honor Women's Championship against... Oh, you thought Ronda Rousey, right? Wrong! You should have listened to me when I said it a couple months ago. Athena will face Billy Starks for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. And oh yeah, Billy Starks is gonna be the one to beat her. And she's gonna get the title. 18-year-old Billy Starks becomes the youngest Ring of Honor Women's Champion in history. Mark my words, it will happen 2 weeks from tonight. So I'm gonna, when that happens, I'm gonna go give myself a chomp on that one. Or the ever popular Barry Horowitz. That man should be in the Hall of Fame. Barry Horowitz, the original jobber. Next to another great man who should be in the Hall of Fame, Barry O. Outback Jack 2. Tiny kangaroo down, sport. Okay. Tiny kangaroo down. Outback Jack was the original person who did the kangaroo kick. No, he never did it, but I'm just saying. He probably would do the kangaroo kick. But he's old as fuck right now. He's still alive, by the way. Outback Jack is still alive. For those of you wondering if he's still alive, he is still alive. Just did recently he did a autograph signing in New York, by the way. Not that I wouldn't win, but I just, no. But anyway, so Tony Baloney in the back with, it's Sting! You know, Sting and, woo! The Nature Boy! Woo! Ric Flair styling and, woo! Profiling. So he makes the announcement that Revolution, AEW Revolution, will take place on March the 3rd, where? Well, how fitting, Sting and Ric Flair there, and it's been a long time, I don't know, I think 35 years ago, the very first Clash of the Champions in that legendary arena, Greensboro, North Kakalaki, Carolina. So Tony Baloney brings up the discussion of Sting versus Flair at Clash of Champions #1, which I saw, not live, but I saw it on good old TBS. Brings up that match. Sting thanks Flair for putting him on the map that night. I don't know. That was a great match. Flair busted wide open. You had Jason Hervey. Remember Jason Hervey from the Wonder Years as a judge? And a match ended in a time limit draw. Well, judge's decision draw. Which I thought was ridiculous, because Sting basically whipped Flair's ass the entire match. And it took him I think it's a couple years later to finally beat Flair for the World Heavyweight title that he held for a lot. Didn't hold it as long as Flair did, but Flair held it 16 times. And that includes the 2 times he held the WWE F title, I should say. Not the E, WWF title. Overall, he's held like 20, almost 30 titles, but some of them don't count, they just count the 16. But it is what it is. Alright, so Sting thanks Flair for putting him on the map that night. The Nature Boy talks about how awesome Sting was that night. He wasn't as awesome as me! Oh, Mike, it's late. I'm sorry, you just said awesome, and I'm awesome too, I know, but you're not as awesome as Sting. You were there in WCW when Sting was there, right? Yeah, you remember that, when I was like Fat Chick Thriller? That was my great gimmick, Oh yeah, it was, man. I remember you when you were, that 70s show, Mike Awesome. That was kind of weird. Yeah, I had to wear like a mullet, it was weird. But you're still awesome. You were awesome back in WCW, but not as much as you were in ECW, Mike. Beating that guy. Yeah, I know, I hate that guy. I'm just so mad. Alright, Mike, calm down, it's late. Go to sleep. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Okay, want to say goodbye? Mike Awesome's gonna say goodbye. Bye! Okay, get out of here. See? That's called satire. That's called entertainment. I'd like to see some of you motherfuckers do a great impression like Mike Awesome. They can't do it because I'm awesome. Mike, I said goodbye. You said goodbye. Yeah, but I know that you can't do my impression like I do, You can't talk like me. They're not awesome like you are. I know. But just calm down. Just calm down. Calm down. Take a nap. We'll talk tomorrow. Alright, bye. Okay, go. Alright, so blah blah blah, Flair's like, oh, you were great that night. And then I'm like, AEW mentioned like this is the first match they've ever had. What? They known each other for 35, their first match was 35 years ago, and they're saying, oh, that's the first match they ever had? What? Who's doing your research there, Tony Khan? I know you might not have been born back then, but Might have been a little bitty hoaxy dude. Yeah. Tony Khan, you would think he's old. No, he's like 30-something years old. And he owns not one, but two wrestling companies. He owns the Jacksonville Jaguars. He owns a English football team. Guy's a mega millionaire. He's telling people, oh, this is the first time that Flair and Sting have ever, that's the only match they ever had. What? You haven't been watching since '88, have you? I can tell you how many matches they've had. They've had wars. Some of them are bad. Some of them are good. I mean, if you can't remember the final Nitro when Sting and Flair were on the same show. And then they fought a couple of times in Impact / TNA. Not great matches per se, but because now Flair is like 75 years old. I don't know how it's like 74, 75 years old. Sting is 64 years old. Who knows what if they're gonna have one more match, and that's both of them. We're gonna have an actual double retirement match. Flair's like 6,000 retirement, and Sting's actual retirement. Even though they're gonna try to make him an ambassador for All In. That's nice. But yeah, so they mentioned that. So that's the big announcement. Like March 3rd, Revolution in Greensboro. Sting's final match, but we don't know who it's against. And now Ric Flair goes on Twitter today and basically like, oh, you don't want me on AEW? Well, I'm not going to be on TV. Fuck it. I don't need to be in AEW. I don't need the money. I can't hang out with my friends. I can't be there with my good friend Sting. What the fuck is wrong with you people? It's like, you want me in AEW? I'll leave. So look, I think Flair left AEW. I don't know if that's actually true. If it is, that is a really fucked up way to kick somebody out. They drove that code, all these AEW marks, or fake marks, smart marks as we call them, drove Cody out of AEW. They drove Jade Cargill out of AEW, and now they're doing the same thing with Flair. Flair comes in for been in the company for what, 2 weeks? About? And everyone's like, oh, why is Flair there? What the fuck is this old fart doing here? You're talking about a fucking legend. Probably one of the greatest of all time. And you don't belong in AEW. No, you don't belong in wrestling. That's what some of you people that call yourselves AEW fans, you're not. You're just marks. I don't want to talk about AEW marks. I'm talking about marks in general. Smart marks, as the great Brian Pillman would say. Smart marks. Not even smart. You're not smart marks. You're just marks. And you're going on Twitter. You're going on social media and saying, "Oh, why is Ric Flair in AEW? He turned his back on Vince McMahon and WWE." No, he didn't. No, he didn't. His contract came up. He did some weird fucking shit. I thought they would have brought him back to WWE to do. Just to do the Legends Night crap and maybe the Hall of Fame. He's like, you know what? I want to be with Sting. And Tony Khan had an opportunity. He's like, hey, you want to come in, Rick? Come on. It's Sting's final hurrah. Bring back some of the old farts, Bring back Flair. Bring back Luger, even though you'll be, push him in a wheelchair most likely. Bring back Kevin Nash. Bring back, you had DDP in AEW for a little bit. He's a friend of Sting's. Can't pick Mick Foley, per se, because he's kissing, Hunter's ass. But you bring back the people that grew up with, came up with Sting. Like Arn Anderson, you bring up Flair, you bring up, even Tully Blanchard doesn't work for the company no more, but, give him a one night thing. I know there's going to be a lot of people at Sting's retirement match. in the crowd or backstage or maybe coming out. I don't know. But I guess we won't know till March 3rd, and we won't know who Sting's opponent might be. I think it's gonna be Darby, but Darby Allin, why am I gonna fight my freaking mentor has more face paint than me? I don't need to carry the torch. If I carry the torch, I'm gonna carry it to my car in Seattle. Because I'm fucking emo. I bet you we'll get Sting versus Darby. I bet you. I mean, I'm like, why? I mean, yeah, teacher versus student, mentor versus student, whatever you want to call it. But do I want to see Darby and Sting? Do I want to see Sting and Ric Flair? Not really. I think Sting should go out the way he should go out. Don't give me a freaking Angle Baron Corbin WrestleMania match and have Baron Corbin beat Angle in his final match ever? What? I thought that was dumb. Having Baron Corbin beat Kurt Angle at WrestleMania in his final match? That was dumb. Who thought of that, Vince? That's like saying Wheeler Yuta, of all people, beating Sting. Ugh. By the way, speaking of Wheeler Yuta is the type of guy. He's the type of guy that I forgot the joke for. I had the joke in my head, now I forgot it. I had the joke in my head and I completely forgot it. I'm sorry. It was funny, too. Oh, I have it now. I'm trying to think. I don't want to take too much more time. Oh, I got it. Alright, get ready for this, guys. Wheeler Yuta is the type of guy that his voice is in his head. And you know what those voices tell him that he still sucks. That's how bad he is. The voices in his head tell him he still sucks. You know when you have, the angel and the devil, they tell him he still sucks. That's how bad Wheeler Yuta is. And even though he's a 3-time Ring of Honor Pure Champion, he still sucks. He still sucks. Wheeler Yuta is the type of guy that uses toilet paper for Christmas presents. To wrap him up. That's... Why? No, even better, he uses newspaper. Not toilet paper, newspaper. Makes sense. But that's how Wheeler Yuta is. He is that bad. Wheeler Yuta is the type of guy to drink expired milk. Man, I got a million of them. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. I'll talk about that tomorrow. Anyway, alright, so that's it. That's the announcement by Tony Schiavone. Revolution, March the 3rd in Greensboro, North Carolina. Sting's final match, possibly with Flair. We don't know, because Flair, I don't know if he's still with AEW, or he actually said, well, I'm here for 2 weeks, I'm gone. I can't stand the fans. I'm out. You want me gone? I'm gone. I'm gone. You fucking marks. You so-called wrestling fans out there should be ashamed of yourself for talking bad about a fucking legend like Ric Flair. I bet you some of those people who diss Flair are Wheeler Yuta fans. And Darby Allin fans, and probably Orange Cassidy fans, too. Probably. who knows? Alright, so I gave this thing in Ric Flair's segment 3 out of 5 stars. And we move on. Right, not about that shit. Alright, then we go to our next match in the Continental Classic Gold League. And we have a pretty good match with current Ring of Honor guys. Former Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, the man from Mexico, and as Whoosh, who came out with Jose Jalapeno Alistique temporarily, and with Jalistico and Preston Vance of LFI, the Facción de Ignobles. He takes on the Funky Chicken himself, 13-time World Tag Team Champion with his great brother, you great man up there, you, Jay Briscoe. Reach for the sky, boy. And that is the Funky Chicken himself, Mark Briscoe. Mark looking for his first win in the tournament. Roosh the same, I believe. Let me see if I can get the, I had him. If I can get my notes to work. There we go. Yeah, Roosh and Mark Briscoe are looking for their first points in the tournament. So, something's got to give here. But it was a pretty good match. They slugged it out right away, beating the fuck out of each other. They go outside, exchange whips into the barricade. But Mark wins that exchange. Then he goes on the apron, hits the bang! Bang bang elbow, made famous by, that guy named Mick Foley. Jerry! Oh, he's not here. Not here, Mick. He's not here. Cactus, I'm trying to sleep up here in heaven while you're talking to me, you fucking idiot. Oh, I'm sorry, Jerry. Would you like a Dorito? No, Cactus, I told you don't eat Doritos. We have caviar here in heaven. What's wrong with you, you freaking idiot? I'm sorry. Bye-bye. Okay. Get out of here. But I digress. Anyway, Mark Briscoe hits the bang bang elbow off the apron. Then we go back in. Whoosh, hits a super kick. Knocks down Mark, but Mark comes back with a big time lariato as we go to break. And then, we continue on. They fight in the corner. Roosh sends Mark flying into the corner, but a spear cuts off the bull's horns for a near fall. Then they fight to the apron. Mark charges into a suplex out on the floor. Ow! And then, go back inside. Whoosh! Gets knocked off the top, which sets up Froggy Roll by Mark, which usually wins the match, but Whoosh kicked out at 2. So, Mark picks up Whoosh, goes for the J-Driller, which actually, I think it was, who hit it? I think it was Angel Garza hit that. And now they're actually making the pile driver. Remember when it was a banned move in WWE, and now people are using it. Just use it properly. You don't want to have neck injuries. Then it has to be banned again. So, some of those moves they're actually going to let people do. Like the J-Driller, which is a nasty move if done wrong. But if you know how to do it correctly, it's devastating. So, Jay Briscoe made it famous. Now, Mark got handed down to Mark, and now a lot of other people are using it. But Mark goes for the J-Jerk, is broken up, and then Whoosh hits the bull's horns. 1, 2, 3, Whoosh gets his first 3 points in the tournament. Under 11.5 minute match, pretty decent match. I gave 3.25 out of 5 stars. So currently, the standings are John Moxley at 6 points, Swerve, Jay White, and Whoosh at 3 points. Whoosh has 3 matches remaining. As does Moxley. Swerve and Jay White is your main event of the evening. And Mark Briscoe and Jay Lethal are about to be eliminated if they don't get a win in their next 3 matches. So one of them is going to be the jobber of the tournament, which I'm hoping it's not Mark. At least get maybe 1, 2 wins maybe, but it sucks that Jay Lethal might be the guy to get eliminated first. Probably will be, but we'll see what happens with that. So like I said, 3.25 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, after that, we go to, I think it was RJ City. We see, in black and white, so it only means the AEW Women's Champion, Timeless Toni Storm. She's in the back with Luther, fanning her down, and the beautiful, sexy Mariah May. Oh! Got Shane Douglas myself on that one. So they're there, and RJ's telling Toni that she has a women's world title match next week against an unnamed opponent. We don't know who that is. Toni's like, she's very proud of winning the the AEW Women's World Title, but she's a little bit tired from celebrating, and she's like, will you be a darling and take off my shoes? They look a little bit swollen. Damn, I like to be that guy taking off her shoes. Man, she got gorgeous feet and legs. Ugh. God damn you, freaking Juice Robinson. Damn it. It should have been me. But RJ City, you simp. Pretty much. Gets to take off. He's like, what her feet stink? I mean, take the goddamn thing off. Give her a foot massage. Why not, you simp? But I digress on that. But anyway, so we got Toni Storm next week on Dynamite, defending the AEW Women's Championship against, who knows. And, that's pretty much it. And that's it. Alright, so I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to the very interesting segment of the night. We have Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker. MJF, you're still your scumbag, our scumbag, and still the AEW World Heavyweight Champion and one half of the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, which they'll probably lose that final battle to probably the Kingdom. Yeah, I mean, if you've been watching Ring of Honor TV lately, and pretty much Dynamite, Collision, or Rampage, you see the Kingdom there. They talked about on Rampage, they're coming for the Ring of Honor Tag Team belts, so obviously they're going to be the next champs. I mean, God forbid, well, Max is gonna, and they have to defend it at Final Battle, usually, because every title is usually on the line at Final Battle. So, I don't know if it's gonna be Joe and MJF defending the belts against the Kingdom. Or, maybe MJF goes it alone again. I mean, does he really have to? No. But I do see the Ring of Honor Tag Team belts finally changing hands. And I think it's going to be pretty much the end of the long run of MJF. He's going to lose the tag team belts to the Kingdom, and then probably because of Joe or maybe the Devil, who knows. But I think at World's End in MJF's hometown of Long Island, Joe is going to win the title thanks to the Devil, and a lot of people are actually now saying that Joe is the Devil. No. Joe's not, it can't be Joe. I mean, if you look at the picture of the Devil, it's a slim guy. So it can't be him. The Minions that the Minions, people are saying it's Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish. Kyle O'Reilly's the Devil, Roddy, Mike Bennett, I'm Matt Taven, and probably Roddy, or the ninjas, because there are 4 of them. So there you go, Kyle's the leader, and then you got Roddy, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett. Who am I missing? And probably Adam Cole or Bobby Fish. So we could see a Undisputed Era reunion with Adam Cole as the Devil, and then you have, the original, pretty much the original 3 of them, and then you maybe add Mike Bennett in there, or Matt Taven. I don't know how it's going to work, but got that. People still think it's Jack Perry, which I think is a bad idea. And now, kind of Corey Slade kind of almost ruined it by saying it's Retribution. Mustafa Ali is the devil. I'm like, what? Why would he be the devil? Oh, they're gonna do a hacker. They're gonna do Retribution 2.0. Like, I would think Dolph Ziggler might be the devil, which would be really dumb. And then you got Shelton Benjamin, probably as one of the guys. And then you got Dolph Ziggler as the leader. You have Mustafa Ali. And then you have Shelton Benjamin. But you got like another guy. Who's the other guy? And then people still think it's MJF. But why would he beat up himself? Makes no sense to me. He's there in the ring getting beat up by 4 of the guys, and then Joe comes out, and then they show the devil on the screen, and he pre-taped. Pretty much it's pre-taped. They show him as pre-taped. It's not live. I mean, they did show him live that first time we saw him. When they beat up Jay White, we're like, oh, it's probably MJF, right? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, if it's not Adam Cole, us fans are gonna riot. Why is not Adam Cole? Why is it Jack Perry? Dolph Ziggler. Mustafa Ali. I mean, if it's Kyle O'Reilly, I'm okay with it. Roddy. But anybody other than Adam Cole, Kyle, and no, I'm not picking my nose. I just had an itch right here. So I didn't go, in the nose. I went outside the nose. Because I have an allergy. But anyway, if it's not Kyle, Roddy, or Adam Cole, I care less for this devil gimmick. I know they played it out all the way to World's End, most likely. We're finally going to get who it is, probably. But I think we're, when I get to it, I think we're going to start seeing them get unmasked eventually. So it's going to be like how Aces and Eights started. Where, we would see all these people every freaking week, like, it was like 60 people. And then finally, they would take off the mask. One would be like, Mike Knox, and then one would be Devon, one would be, what's his name, Wes Briscoe, or whatever his last name was. And then eventually be Mr. Kennedy! And then the leader, we never know who the leader was, and then we found out it was Bully Ray. When he was he was Hogan's boy and everything, marries Bookie Hogan, but then turned on Hogan when, in that cage match, when Devon was helped through the hammer to Bully Ray smacks Jeff Hardy in the head with it, wins the title, and then he's like, oh, it was me all along! He played us all along, so, I mean, maybe MJF is playing us all along. He's like, oh, I'm not the devil. I say I'm the devil, nobody's on the level of the devil. But, it would kind of not make sense, because he's getting beat up by these 4 guys, and then they show basically what probably is him on the Tron in these segments. I mean, they showed Adam Cole in the ring, then everyone's like, oh, might not be Adam Cole. Can't be in 2 places at once. But like I said, it's probably pre-taped. And then, I mean, you hear the laugh, which it's probably dubbed, with like the creepy dub voice. And people think it's Jack Perry actually laughing. No. But we'll see what happens with that. So anyway, MJF comes out. He's all set to defend the world title against Samoa Joe next month. Pretty much a month, a couple of weeks from now. Praises Joe up the wazoo, respects him very much. Then he starts talking about some stories, and this is the good part. We hear a story about MJF seeing Joe, gets a little package in the mail, and it's marked TNA. Starts talking about TNA, knowing what kind of monster he saw when he first saw Joe in TNA. Then Joe went to WWE, which didn't see his talents or make him a world champion. Oh, I forgot NXT. He was NXT champion. But I get your point. And so WWE reference. He also made like, oh, Joe wasn't, Joe didn't go out to make money, and he went out to make money. He kind of like he made a CM Punk reference, but not referencing CM Punk's name. So he did kind of badmouth the company that he could have been working for in January, but there's some stories that already have been out. Stories that MJF signed a deal, a 3-year deal in secret, so he's going to be in AEW till 2027. But we got that. So he's praising Joe up the wazoo. Mentions WWF. He says the road Joe paid brought him to wrestling. So thank you, Joe. But I have gone down my own road as well. Talks about the names he has beaten, like Kenny, Danielson, guys like that. And now their match is about MJF's own legacy. So then he talks about Rose and Max doesn't care about his injuries. He has a knee that's going in and out. He has a bum hip. He has a torn labrum. He is fucked up. He's like, I don't care, if, my labrum, I can't feel my shoulder falls out. My knee gets displaced. I can't walk anymore. My hip goes in and out of my socket. I'm like, damn. He's like, I am going out with a fight. And he's like, it's not about the fight and the dog. It's about the dog and the fight, something like that. And he says, Joe, if you want the title, you're gonna have to put me down like Old Yeller. Kill me like a dog. Take me out to the woodshed. Kill me like the dog I am, right? Then the lights go out. I'm like, uh-oh, is the devil coming out? Well, we see the lights flicker a little bit, like flickering like really fast. And then the minions show up. Well, 4 of them, and then one guy, they have him, like, basically MJ, like, crucified. And then they have this one guy, I think, with a bat. It's Sting! No, it's not Sting. And then, they're about to, like, really do a number on MJ, really put him out of his misery. And then Joe comes out, takes out the guy with the bat, makes the save, then the other 3 minions, they leave. And then Joe's, like, helping up Max, like, you okay? Blah, blah, blah. Then the screen goes black for, like 5 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck happened? And we're all thinking, like, the feed got cut. Right? Like, the TNT cut the feed? What's going on here? We're like, what's going on? We don't hear anything. We're waiting. Finally, we see some text come up. And basically, the devil says basically challenges Joe and MJF to team up against and go into the unknown to face the unknown in a tag team match next week. And then that basically ends. It's like, are you in or you out? Whatever he said at the end. And then they cut back to the ring. MJF gets grabs the mic and says, I'm tired of this fucking shit. I promise to unmask you and I'm going to mask all your minions. And then Joe's like, relax. And then he's like, we accept the challenge. And Joe's like, fuck. Take it easy, Max. Fuck. Alright, so this Wednesday night on the program, we got Joe and MJF taking on, for the first time, these minions and who they could be. So, we might see who is the Devil's minions next week. Well, I'll tell you this much, it is not. I don't know when Mustafa Ali's and Dolph Ziggler and Shelton Benjamin's 90-day non-compete clauses end. But if it's them, then it's Retribution probably, and one of them, either, maybe see 2 of the 3 people. Maybe you see Mustafa Ali, and then we'll see Shelton Benjamin as the minions, and then the devil is probably going to be Dolph Ziggler. But then again, if it's maybe Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, or Rowdy per se, then it becomes a question like, oh, it's Adam Cole, huh? So we will see what happens with that this Wednesday night on the program. So I give this whole segment 3.5 out of 5 stars, and then commentary says their IT security is looking into who keeps taking over the program. So now that they're talking about hacker, and who's the hacker, who used to have a hacker gimmick, Mustafa Ali. But then again, remember who's the other guy that used to do a hacker gimmick? Oh, remember Solomon Crowe, otherwise known as Mr. Sammy Callahan? Could he be the devil? I mean, he did have a gimmick like the hacker. Even though it was a really shitty gimmick in NXT, Solomon Crowe, which basically went nowhere. I think he only lasted like a month in NXT anyway. They fired him, and then he goes to TNA, becomes a World Heavyweight Champion. He forms what did he form? OVH? Was O4H, something like that? With the Chris brothers. Former tag team champions, former X Division champions. Craziness. But it could be Sammy Callahan as the devil. We don't know. But I think we're going to finally get some reveals next week. I mean, they have to, because we're pretty much going to be about 3.5 weeks away from the end of the year, and I think we're gonna get all these people coming out to beat up Max, and then eventually we might see the devil live, maybe on December the 27th. Yeah, the 27th on Dynamite, or December the 29th, which is the night before World's End, which that'll be a Friday night. That's going head-to-head with SmackDown, and Rampage will be going head-to-head with that. Well, maybe it'll probably start at maybe Rampage might start at 7, and then you get that lead into SmackDown, and then Collision will be at 10, but I think they're going to do what they did last time, and go Collision live at 8, going head-to-head with a probably live SmackDown, the end of the year SmackDown, and then Rampage will probably be live too, from, I don't know where that's going to be, and then December 30th is the pay-per-view. So the devil could actually appear in the ring, or backstage, live, on Rampage, Collision, or Dynamite at the end of the year. So, and then I would think after Joe beats MJF for the belt, maybe Joe just stands there laughing, and then the devil's like, and it's who it is. But, like I said, if it's not Adam Cole or Kyle O'Reilly, maybe Sammy Callahan, then if it's Jack Perry, I'm gonna fucking go nuts. We're all gonna go fucking insane. I'm like, Jack Perry, fuck! But now people's like, oh, it was Adam Cole, it's too predictable. But you haven't been following the storyline. I mean, you can say, yeah, Jack Perry fits into it from the summertime. Not even before the summertime. Way back, like months ago, when Jack Perry was actually a good guy. And Max was the bad guy. Maybe around last year, but I mean, the Devils, when they reveal the Devil, it's gonna be talked about, but I mean, we're gonna have to wait another couple weeks before we even get that. But the Minions will probably get revealed, probably starting on Wednesday night. Alright, that's it. And we move on. Alright, so that's that. So 3.5 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then we finally get back to wrestling action. We have Bardlow taking on AR Fox, and this wasn't like a 30-second suckfest, but lasted about 3 minutes. Did I say 3 minutes? I did. kind of goes back and forth. AR Fox got a couple of moves in here and there. Here's a 450 on Wardlow, gave him a near fall. And then Wardlow gets right back up, power bombs the fuck out of him. Then he goes on top, hits the Swanton Bomb. Then another power bomb, and I think it was Aubrey Edwards who was the referee. He said, "That's it." So another another match where the ending ends in a ref stoppage. I think it's starting to get redundant and it's getting way too much there, Tony Khan. So that's pretty much it for that. So Wardlow remains undefeated, and we'll see what happens with that. So I gave the match 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. Alright, after that, we go to 6-man tag team action. We got the Hardy Boys, Jeff Hardy, dude! And Matt Hardy. Broken Matt Hardy, yes! No, he's not broken, but it's Matt Hardy. Delete! They team up with Brothers A. Can I get a... And his partner, Mark Quinn, is coming back. He's, I think he's not medically cleared yet, but he is coming back to reform Private Party. That's good. They already reformed Top Flight because Dante Martin came back on Collision this past Saturday. So we get all that. So the Hardys and Brothers A take on Action Andretti and the reunited Top Flight of Darius and Dante Martin. This was a pretty decent match. Not great. Dante came back. He is from Minnesota, so he's the hometown boy. Come back. Got a great reaction from the crowd. Nothing of notice. Jeff cuts Darius off the apron. The fans don't like that. Which leaves Dante to get caught in a double electric chair springboard missile dropkick combination. That's a mouthful. That's what she said. To get back up, a dropkick into a German suplex gives Dante Martin the win on Brothers A in under 10 minutes. Match was so I give it 2.5 out of 5 stars. But, great to see Dante back. They did show that horrific injury last year. I think it was at Full Gear last year. It was sick. The way in that freaking Stairway to Hell match. Yeah, I think it was that Ring of Honor. I think it was the Ring of Honor Tag Team Title match actually for the vacant tag team belts, which I think the Pentagon and Bray Phoenix won, but Pentagon hit that Canadian Destroyer pretty much off the bridge ladder, or onto the bridge ladder, and Dante Martin's freaking leg just went turned 360. It was worse than when Psycho Sid Vicious broke his freaking leg in 6,000 places when he came off the top rope against Scott Steiner, and his freaking leg went nasty. So we had to relive that. I was like, oh, and I legit almost threw up. That was sick. Why did and at least they gave us a warning, so what you might see, you might want to throw up. I don't think they should have showed it, but they did. So we got that. So like I said, 3 out of 5 stars for that 6-man tag team match. And then after the match, get a post-match interview with Top Flight and Action Andretti, and then my good friend Pentagon Cyril Miedo. He comes in and he challenges Top Flight and Action Andretti for a match, which I think is going to be on Rampage, or I think it's on Rampage or Collision. And he's teaming up with El Hijo del Vikingo and Commander. So that's going to be a great lucha-style match. So sign me up for that. So there you go. So I give that 3 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then we go to the credit death slot. And it's time for the women. And we have another TBS title match as the beautiful Maria Brink 2.0, otherwise known as Julia Hart. She comes out and she defends the belt. I don't know why she defends the belt against this chick, but Emi Sakura, didn't she have a title match on Rampage recently? Why? He's 0-4 now. I think 0-5 now. Well, she lost this match, obviously. She's 0-5 in title matches. Why are you giving her title matches that she's obviously going to lose? Makes no freaking sense to me. But anyway, long story short, it was house rules. So I think the last match that Julia had, it was no countouts. This match, you cannot win by submission. You have to win by pinfall, or maybe disqualification. I don't know. There's no disqualification in AEW anyway. So Julia really can't lock in Heartless. She did lock in Heartless, but the referee's like, oh, can't use it. But anyway, Julia found a way to retain the title after that beautiful moonsault that really looked bad. I think, because Emily's like right here. Right here. Julia's like right here. And like right here and right here. She goes over Emi Sakura, lands on her legs, barely hits freaking Emi Sakura. 1, 2, 3. She still gets the win, but the way that she won it looked really bad. So I gave this match 2.25 out of 5 stars. It just looked really bad. I think Julia overshot the moonsault. Could have almost hurt herself really badly. But not a great match at all. And I still don't understand why Emi Sakura, of all people, is getting title shot after title shot after title shot. I mean, she had one against Chris Statlander, I think, before Chris Statlander lost the belt. And then she's had other TBS title shots, AEW women's title shots, lost them all. What's the point? What is the fucking point? And that's pretty much it. Oop. Okay. Alright, so Julia Hart's still your TBS champion. Still looking great, as always. And that's pretty much it. So I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to another great segment of the night. We have Christian Cage, the TNT champion, coming out by himself because Kill Switch, otherwise known as Luchasaurus, got destroyed on Collision by Edge. Adam Copeland got concertoed to death, curb stomped to death on the chair. Fuck beat out of him, basically. And then pretty much Nick Wayne got his clock cleaned as well. So they're not there, so Christian's all alone on his own island, but he comes out with like 5 security guards. Don't know where they came from, don't care. Wants to come out and call out Edge. So finally, Edge comes out, and he's trying to get to... He's pissed! Tries to get to Christian, and Christian's like, you know what? Security, you can go to the back. I'll handle this myself. So Christian does a little history lesson, talks about their history together, how much success they had on their own, and, as a tag team. Then we hear even more about their history, including Christian and Edge being friends as children. Cage brings up that Edge was raised as Christian's brother because his Edge's father died. I'm like, oh great, you're talking about the father again. Come on, dude. And basically, you're my brother and everything. We grew up together, and your father wanted us to fight one more time. Some weird stuff. So it kind of hits Edge, right here. So he's like, I agree, and then they kind of looked like they shook hands, like everything was all good, right? But Edge is too smart, and Christian, let's go, and he holds the title, he's like, you son of a bitch! Tries to hit Edge with the title, but Edge catches him and kicks him right in the balls. Then he takes the mic and says, next week in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, that shithole city and country that it's going to be in. He says, I'm coming for the belt next week. And then he's like, oh yeah. Go fuck yourself. And it wasn't bleeped. Uh-oh. Somebody forgot to hit the 7-second delay. Oh, the people at Warner Brothers Discovery are going to be mad. So there's going to be some fines. And, AEW, Tony Khan, he's already fearing for his life now that, a certain guy named Phil Brooks is now with WWE. Hunter and company, I think it was Hunter and Nick Khan, man, we're in San Francisco, I believe it's San Fran. Trying to get the Raw TV deal done for next year, and there's 3 suitors. One of them is Warner Brothers Discovery, and they're the top one right now, next to Disney and Amazon. Well, who wants to see them on Amazon? Oh, great! We have to freaking download Amazon or pay for Amazon just to watch Monday Night Raw. Oh, I get it for free. I get it for free because I already have a subscription to freaking Amazon. I don't pay it, she does. But anyway, if it's on Amazon or Disney Plus, I get it. I mean, I don't have to pay for it. I don't even have to go on the illegal streams to watch it. Except if it was on FS1, of course. But that's probably going to change when SmackDown goes to the USA Network in October next year. But Raw could be on TBS next year. That'll be really fucked up. I mean, they used to be on TBS way back in the day. Way back. I mean, talking the 80s era. Because, I think it was like 30-some-odd years ago, Vince McMahon was actually on an episode, not Nitro and anything like that. Well, he was on Nitro, the last Nitro. Blah, blah, blah. But, I think it was World Championship Wrestling back in the day. He was doing, I think it was, I don't think it was with Gordon Soley, but it was way back when Vince was like young Vince. So it had to be around 80-something. Like, maybe it was World Class Championship Wrestling, I don't remember, but he was on the program. He was on, before, I think before Turner even bought the NWA. Maybe, I don't even remember, because, I don't remember. I don't even remember the NWA on TBS when I was a little young boy. I don't remember before then. But, yeah, Vince was on, supposedly he was on TBS. So who's to say that, his little company, WWF, now WWE, Monday Night Raw, will go to Monday nights on TBS. That'll really fuck Tony Khan's mind up. His mind will... he will explode. I mean, spontaneously combust. But then again, they could be on Wednesday nights. No, but it can't be on the same network, obviously, unless it's TNT. But that'll really be fucked up. If Warner Brothers gets Monday Night Raw, they put it on Monday nights. But that might be a problem because of baseball. So there might be some preemptions with Raw. They put it on Monday, or they put it on Wednesday, or even Tuesday, or any night of the week, basically. On TBS, well, TBS maybe they'll be okay with until baseball season starts. The playoffs start for baseball. But they put on TNT, that's going to be a problem. Because of hockey, the hockey playoffs, hockey in general, basketball in general. So I would think if they did get their TV deal, I'm probably think it's going to be probably with Disney or Amazon Plus or Hulu. So you're going to have to shell out some money if you want to see the WWE, and if it's not on the WB Turner Broadcasting. Or Warner Brothers Discovery, TBS or TNT, or maybe on multi-channel, who knows. But those are the top 3 right now. WBD, Disney Plus, Disney, same thing, Disney Plus, and Amazon. So it could be on Amazon Prime. So, you don't have Amazon Prime? or Disney right now, I strongly suggest you put in a subscription, because you never know that you might get Monday Night Raw, or Raw, basically, on Disney Plus. That should be fun on Disney. Hi kids! Welcome to Monday Night Raw! You know, Mickey Mouse will introduce Monday Night Raw to you. Or maybe they'll have Donald Duck, you know. No, it'd even be better. It'd be Donald. I'm not even Donald. Sorry. It'd be, you know, freaking Goofy and Goofy, Minnie, and Mickey Mouse. That would be funny as fuck. I don't even think it can be Minnie, you know, because she's fucking Goofy. But that would be hilarious to see that. Monday Night Raw, brought to you by the Walt Disney Company. Hi, kids! Then they have John Cena next to Mickey Mouse. You can't see me. I can see you. You're right there. But I think if anything, they're probably going to go to Amazon. But we won't know. But those are the top three. But we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, Edge used the he dropped the F-bomb, they didn't, you know, bleep it, so might be some fines coming for Mr. Tony Khan from the Warner Brothers higher-ups pretty soon. That's not fun. Oh, you said you can't say the F word. Yeah, but they let him say shit. This is bullshit. Yeah, they let him say bullshit, but you can't say the F word. And I'm not talking about friendly. Whatever. Alright, so Christian gets kicked in the balls, gets told to go fuck himself by Edge, and that's it. So, this Wednesday night on the program from Montreal, pretty much is, you know, Edge and Christian country. Edge is going for the TNT title. Probably, I think Christian will retain by some chicanery, and then they'll run it back at World's End, probably in the cage, or probably no DQ, some type of stipulation match, and I think Edge will get the belt on December the 30th, and then probably have a nice little run with it. Not too long, but we'll see. Alright, so I give that 3.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, to end this shindig long video, we go to your main event of the evening, the final match in the Gold League for week number 2. And we have a banger of a match. We have the Switchblade, wait, with Switchblade, Jay White, guns up, to Sweet Meat for the love of God. As he takes on pretty much our great friend, that's Isaiah Swerved Strickland, who had Prince Nana, the real Prince of the Prophecy, and the Purge, and the leader of the Mogul Embassy. He comes out on a crutch, you know, selling the beatdown they got from Hangman at Full Gear. So he comes out and still does the dance. Swerve when I drop, and swerve when I drop, and swerve when I drop. Okay. But he's dancing, it's great. Fans are dancing all over the place. I mean, freaking Prince Nana's a national treasure, man. He is the man. And he's from my neck of the woods. Well, not where he lived, but he's from Brooklyn. Like I am. But he's a great man. And if it wasn't for him, I would not even get wrestling training from the great man that he is, Joel Maximo. If it wasn't for Nana, you wouldn't be hearing about, you know, my wrestling training and Gilmore Cutter, giving Gilmore Cutters out to, you know, young people, you know, not that young, but, you know, to people getting some wrestling training for about 2 months and then forget it. It's like, no, you know, I'm worried about my health, I'm worried about my, you know, job, and, you know, I don't want to get hurt, and I can't do my job, and then I have to come here and do like 2 hours of freaking training with a broken freaking ankle or leg or something like that. Broken arm, whatever. And the first day of training, it was hard. Not that hard. Well, it was that hard, you know. Not like my dick, but, you know. It was hard. I took my first bump and it wasn't good. Joel's like, do it again. You did it wrong. Do it again. I'm like, and it hurt. My right back hurt. The entire session, it hurt. Like hell. No pun intended. It hurts like hell. It goes to Ash. Hi, Ash. Love you. 2 more shows, by the way, on the Kiss of Death tour. If you haven't seen In This Moment with Avatar, Iceland Kills, and New Year's Day, you're going to have to wait the next year. But 2 more shows. Tomorrow, and I think Saturday or Sunday. That's the end of the tour. At the end of the year for those great bands. So if you want to see them again, you probably will have to wait till about, well, I don't know when I'm going back on tour. Probably February, maybe March. Probably by the springtime. You'll see New Year's Day. Yeah, definitely New Year's Day because their record comes out in March. Half Black Heart. And In This Moment we'll probably be going on tour to do another leg of their tour sometime February or March too. So by the springtime, In This Moment and New Year's Day will be going through a city near you, blowing your eardrums and making your ears and eyes bleed and whatever else bleeds. Probably your ass too, but who knows. So go out and see them if you haven't seen them. And tell them I sent you. That's pretty much it. Alright, so we have Swerve and Jay White. Fucking classic. Great match. Just under 15.5 minutes. Went over a little overrun. Not about a minute or two overrun. But great match galore. Lots of near falls. We're getting to the end. Swerve hits a Swerve Stomp. I was like, that's it. He won. But Jay White kicked out. I'm like, what? And then Jay White comes right back with a quick Blade Runner. And then Swerve, being smart, rolls to the apron. And then kind of to the outside. Before the cover. Then they chop it out for like 5 minutes left in the match. Because there's a 20-minute time limit. And then, out of nowhere, Swerve grabs a fruit, not an inside cradle, not a fruit roller per se, but an inside cradle. 1, 2, 3, Swerve picks up the win, and he now has 6 points. So Moxley and Swerve are your leaders in the Gold League, with Jay White right behind him, Jay White and Roosh right behind with 3 points. And each person in the Gold League has 3 matches left. But in the Blue League, you got, I think, Andrade is going to have his first match in the tournament against Daniel Garcia. That's the second match they've had. Brian, I think Brian's taking on Claudio. I believe. I could be wrong. Yeah, Brian, I think, is taking on Eddie Kingston. And Claudio is taking on Brody King. Ugh. Something like that. But, so, it has the advantage. Brian and Andrade got the advantage because they have 5 matches. So, the first match. So, they got 4 matches left after Saturday. So, they're going to have an extra match. I don't know how that's going to work. Unless they got a bye week. I don't know how that happens. But, I mean, how does Brian get a bye week and nobody else in the Gold League got a bye week? I mean, we got 3 weeks left of the tournament. We got 3 matches to go. Basically, 3 matches. In the Gold League, we got 3 matches. And in the Blue League, we're going to eventually have 3 matches, except for Brian and Andrade, because they have 5. But after this week, we'll have 4. So they're going to probably have... I think Brian and Andrade will have an extra match. Probably the week before. One match will probably be on Rampage. One match will be on Collision, most likely. Or one match will be on Dynamite. And their next match, their fourth match in the block will be on Collision. And then their 5th match will probably be, I don't know when. I don't know how it's gonna work, but eventually, the winners of the block, which will probably be Swerve and Brian Danzig, will be fighting at World's End December the 30th, and the winner gets the Continental Classic belt, and possibly the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship, and the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship. So I don't know. Like I said, somebody's gonna come out with at least 3 belts, which is crazy. But I think somewhere down the line that Eddie Kingston is gonna defend the Ring of Honor World Title at Final Battle, probably against Jay Lethal, and then Jay Lethal will have the belt, which I don't know how that's gonna work. I really don't know. It's so freaking complicated that freaking Eddie Kingston would put 2 of his titles on the line in a tournament to get another title. Just, I mean, you're lucky if you win this tournament, you get 3 belts. Lucky you. You'll be a triple crown, and then Brian said he's gonna become a triple crown champion for the first time in AEW. So yeah, you win 3 belts. There you go. Somebody's gonna become a triple crown champion. Unless it's Mox. Well, Mox will have he already won the international title. He's won the world title. Now he's going to win the Ring of Honor title, and then the New Japan Strong belt. So really, he's not. He's past Grand Slam or Triple Crown. He's gonna hit Grand Slam championship first time in AEW, because he's pretty much you hit it, because he came in, he won the IWGP United States title, then he won the world title twice, then he won the international title twice, and now he's gonna win like 3 other belts. So it's gonna be crazy. So he's gonna have, he'll be a Grand Slam +1 champ. That's 5 for you dumb people at home. But it is what it is. Alright, so this match was great. 4.25 out of 5 stars for Swerve and Jay White. And that's it. No, nothing happened at the end of the night. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so your final leaderboard for the Gold League, and at the end of week 2, Moxley and Swerve at 6 points, 3 matches remaining. Jay White and Rush, 3 points with 3 matches remaining. And pretty much on the cusp of elimination is Mark Briscoe and Jay Lethal with 0 points, but they have 3 matches remaining. So they would have to win out and have one of the other 4 guys lose at least, possibly 1 or 2 of the last 3 matches. So Mark has a chance, be it a very slim chance, and Jay Lethal the same thing. So if Moxley loses his next 3 matches, he stays at 6. If Swerve loses it, I don't know how that works. If it's in a tie, I don't know how that works. There might be an extra match, maybe a triple threat. I don't know. But I think the Gold League finals will be Moxley and Swerve, obviously. And Swerve will probably beat Jon Moxley, go to the finals, to face Bryan Danielson, most likely, who's going to win the Blue League, and then they will face off at World's End, and somebody will become a Triple Crown champion. I wish it was Swerve, but it looks like it's going to go to Daniel Bryan, because, he's going on his retirement tour. So, kind of fits that he's going to become the champion of it eventually. Probably would lose all those belts by Double or Nothing, or maybe Forbidden Door. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But I really would love Swerve to win those belts. But eventually, I think next year, Swerve will become a champion. If it's not the world champion, he'll probably be either TNT champion or maybe international champion. I mean, he already has the tag team belts. He won it with Keith Lee, so all he has to do is maybe find a 3rd partner and become the Trios champions. There you go. But we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so that ends Dynamite, and I'm going to bed because it's Friday, and I got the day off tomorrow. I'm happy about that. So, get paid, and I stay home, do nothing. Well, I do got errands to run. I got some errands to run. I got to go shopping once again. Get up. I get my paycheck and everything. I go to the bank, got the money. So that's pretty much it. So I'm going to enjoy my weekend. Unofficially, the first weekend of December. So the first couple of days of December. So got that. Tomorrow we got SmackDown. Gonna be a pretty good show from Brooklyn, New York. So everybody and all my friends in Brooklyn, and coming from Jersey or even Connecticut, in New York City. Going to be at the Barclays Center tomorrow. Should be a great show. Randy Orton, his monotonous voice, will be there. I don't know if he's going to be... I think he'll probably be on the show. Or maybe do a dark match. I don't know. But I think he's going to be actually on the show. Maybe to do something with Jimmy and Solo. Maybe the Wise Man, too. We'll see what happens with that. Speaking of Roman is coming back for the final time this year, December the 15th. So that's the last time we'll see Roman this year, and I think Roman's going to be on the show, just probably hype up the Royal Rumble, what he's going to be doing at the Rumble. Against, I don't know who. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that, but he will be on SmackDown to hype up the Royal Rumble. I think the last two, I think it's January, I think it's the last, like right before the Rumble, I think the last two shows, the last two shows before the Rumble. So, you got that. So, Roman will be back to make us all happy, make, Issa work an appearance. But, she's always, So, she knows. She knows Roman's coming back. Her daddy, her baby daddy, every day, and blah, 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 blah. But Roman's coming back December the 15th, 2 weeks from today. So, get ready, the Tribal Chief. He's coming back. And then, he'll be gone for the new year, but he'll be back. Probably, the go-home show and probably the show before that. Just before the Rumble. And they'll be at the Rumble to defend against, I don't know who. Maybe Randy. Who knows? But everybody's thinking Cody is going to win the Elimination Chamber. Face Roman again. For the second year in a row at the Rumble. At Mania Night 2. And then he's going to finish his story. He's going to beat Roman. End the streak at over 1,200 some odd days. So, Roman doesn't break Hogan's 5-year reign at 1,474. That sucks. He's not going to get to Bob Backlund territory. He's definitely not going to get to Bruno Sammartino territory. But, there's actually a lot of matches that are being penciled in. That Punk is going to definitely face Seth at Mania for the World Heavyweight Championship, probably on night 1. Beat Seth, and then eventually he will be going to a program with Roman, but God forbid CM Punk is the guy to beat Roman. Everybody's going to be rioting. Nobody wants that. If Roman holds the title after WrestleMania, if he faces Punk, I would think it's probably going to be Punk winning, maybe winning Money in the Bank, or somehow he gets this. I don't know what's going to happen, how he gets there, but he'll get there maybe by SummerSlam, maybe Bash in Berlin. So probably I would say by the summer of next year, we might see Punk versus Roman for the Undisputed title, and God forbid, like I said, Punk wins. I mean, by that time, Roman will have nobody, because I think the Bloodline, Solo will go on his own. Jimmy already gonna go back on his own again. Jay's gonna do whatever he wants to do. And really, Roman will just have the Wise Man. God forbid, freaking the Wise Man turns on Roman, goes back with his boy, Phil Brooks. I really don't want that to happen. I still think we got a long way to go. We might be in the 5th inning. I don't know what inning we're in. I don't even know what planet we're on right now. But with Roman, we're on Roman's planet right now. But it is what it is, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, I gotta go. It's really late right now. It's almost early in the morning here in the Northeast, so I'm gonna get out of here, take a quick nap, and then get up, have my breakfast, and get my Friday going, my weekend started. That's it. So my final rating for AEW Dynamite from this past Wednesday, pretty solid 6.5 out of 10 stars. It wasn't a great show, pretty solid though. I gave it 6.5 out of 10 stars, and that's pretty much it. So leave me your thoughts and opinions down below. Hit the bell. Subscribe to my channels. Leave a like. Leave a comment if you wish. And all that good shit. So that's all I'm going to say. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow with my SmackDown review over on my Kill with Demons channel. And that's pretty much it. So I'm about to lose my voice, so I'm tired. I'm going to bed. You should too. Or if you're getting up, well, top of the morning to you, you fucking pricks. And that's pretty much it. So have a great weekend, everybody. And until next time, go fuck yourselves. Peace.